registration of all children at birth.
United Nations delegates listened attentively to Uganda's state minister as he read the status of Uganda's human rights record during the Universal Periodic Review held in Geneva this afternoon. The delegates made several recommendations for Uganda to implement, key of which was the shelving of the controversial anti-homosexuality bill proposed 2 years ago by David Bahati.
Australia recommends Uganda, 1. Remove criminal penalties for offences on the basis of sexual orientation.
Canada recommends that Uganda publicly announce the shelving of the proposed bill on homosexuality.
Minister Henry Oriem, however, defended the country's human rights record.
The homosexuality bill is a private member's bill before Parliament. The executive cannot interfere with the work of Parliament. However, the government has recently suggested that this Parliament should be shelved.
Acts like torture, the maintenance of the death penalty, and the denial of the right of freedom of assembly featured prominently in the recommendations of the UN delegates. The 20-page Uganda Human Rights Report was compiled in consultation with civil society organizations before being submitted to the UN delegates. But some of the human rights activists feel the country still has a lot to do in improving the human rights situation.
There is still a disconnect between what the Constitution says and what, in principle, the procedures are and what happens in practice.
Uganda is one of the countries in the region that have signed to a number of human rights instruments. But Uganda's record of compliance is appalling.
The UN's Universal Periodic Review is a state-led mechanism that was started in 2008, whereby all 192 member states will be reviewed every 4 years on their human rights record. Chris Ochamringa, NTV.